Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United edition, our midweek show. Joining us today on our making his debut on the midweek show is the one and only the analyst, Vim. How are you, mate?
Hey Tim, how you doing?
I'm all
Glad to
right,
be back
mate.
after a long
Yeah,
sabbatical.
you were missed.
You
You were
know,
missed, especially on the Sunday show. You were missed. But you're improvising by coming on the midweek show,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
With United, there's always something to talk about. There's always as it stands, the news coming out from Sky Sports and the Independent are saying the Glazers are waiting to Friday to pick the final bidder, but they want to see if United make it to Champions League with the game tomorrow. Also, there's the big news that United are chasing Mason Mount for 55 million from Chelsea. Is that possible? Is that not possible? United are also, they are saying if United get bought by the Qataris, does that mean Neymar is going to be available to Man United from PSG? The ball and the court is for you. Now, let's go with Mason
Mm,
Mount. Your thoughts?
yeah. Mason Mount,
Chelsea
he
player,
should just stay at Chelsea,
you think so?
or just go and join his
But they
mate
said Ten
Declan
Hag likes
Rice.
him.
Ten Hag will if he's going to compare him to the likes of McTominay or Sancho is kind of, who was it that was saying it? Was it one of our ex-strikers saying that Sancho's on borrowed time, which I kind of tend to agree with.
I agree to it.
But
We said on Sunday we did say
yeah,
he's struggling.
for me, Mason Mount, he was, he flourished under Lampard
Mm.
at Derby, brought to Chelsea, flourished, but there for a season or two. But for me, he's not a
He's kind
consistent
of
big game player.
gone backwards a bit over the
Yeah,
last with the Tuchel.
yeah.
What's his name? The other manager who came after Tuchel.
Potter.
Potter. I don't think did Potter play him? I don't
I
remember.
didn't. I
But
don't. Potter's teams are kind of like, I don't know, constantly changing. I don't know. It's a bit. I didn't even watch his games after a while.
right.
But Mason Mount was a Lampard boy. Lampard should just take him wherever he's going next. He's a caretaker now. He can go and caretake some other place, Derby, and take him there. I don't see any point in bringing Mason Mount to Man United.
But they say he's quite high on Ten Hag. There's something Ten Hag sees in this guy. I mean, is he
Pace.
He's a quick guy and he's quick.
Yeah, he's quick, and that's all he has for him. Is a young guy, is quick around the pitch.
Is he skillful?
But once he loses that pace, he's a dynamic, fast attacking player, and that's what Ten Hag likes, because he likes quick turners, quick possession.
Who would you compare to?
Get the ball
Modric?
up front. No way near Modric.
Even Modric,
Nowhere
no,
near.
he's still not up there.
Modric has a skillful art of speeding up the game, slowing down the game, and doing these passes that you don't even see. Just watching the TV, you think, all right, I think he's going to pass over there. He does something else.
Mm.
He just keeps you guessing. He's like that. He's like Thiago Alcantara. That no look pass. He just fools everyone.
Mm-hmm.
He's so skillful, man. It's like a pleasure watching that guy. That it's like watching a mastercraft just play football.
I know, right?
And he does things that you just cannot predict.
Right.
He fools players all the time. He's running that way up the pitch, and you think, okay, most people have this vision of saying, all right, I see players there, I'm going to pass it there. He'll just quickly flip back, do a little turn, bang, ball goes over there, and the play just suddenly changes all through his movement and his skill. He controls and shifts game at his will.
Mason Mount is
so
not
vital.
there.
Mason Mount is not that. Mason Mount is that one-dimensional player that will just speed, run at goal, do what you can. He's a goal, bang, goes at it. Almost like what Rashford does.
Is he a McTominay improvement upgrade from McTominay and Fred?
He's an upgrade in McTominay, and I mean, I'd do a straight swap for McTominay.
Right.
Maybe 10 million cash.
Is that fine?
How old is Mason Mount?
I think he's in his 20s. I think he's early 20s.
24.
See, he's just about right. McTominay's about the same age, I think. I think McTominay's 23. So from all papers are saying that Ten Hag really likes this guy, and I'm like,
which paper?
I saw it today. I saw it on the Mirror or the Independent. I think I saw it, or Sky Sports. One of those saying Man United want Mason Mount. So I think
I don't know.
How good is
born
this guy?
in 1999. I don't think so. I mean, even in England, when he plays for England, he's kind of a fringe player now.
Yeah,
You know?
he's not like lighting the place up, is he?
No.
So,
He was brought on in the early days with Gareth Southgate, but then he
yes,
just kind of phased out. And then,
yes,
we have the likes of Foden and Grealish who are
yeah.
getting first choice.
Maybe
So
Ten Hag could improve him.
I think Ten Hag can improve a lot of players, but if we're going to be challenging for the title in the
You don't
next
think he's
season
the
or
guy?
two, I don't think Mason Mount's the guy.
Oh wow, that's a bit cold, mate. That's a bit harsh. You just like nice but
Harsh but
not
fair.
nice.
Harsh but fair.
Oh, yeah, mate. Hey, it is what it is. So Mason Mount to United. That's the latest on United.
It's
What
like
they're saying.
Mm.
So this thing, if the Qataris do get United,
Yeah.
people are scared that. I mean, the English press are saying United are going to be. They still have the human rights malarkey to talk about. Then you also have the part that like United going to now be the new PSG, just buy players and stockpiling players who are never going to blend together. So they're talking what Neymar to United. Where do you stand with Neymar to United? Will you take him even if he's cheap?
Neymar's a party boy, isn't he now? He's got that reputation of being a party boy. He's been, taking lots of days off from PSG because he's hungover. He's he puts on these real lavish parties that people around the world go to. Some of his parties last 2-3 days, whole weekend.
Yeah.
He's turning into a bit of a Maradona, It's just like
Yeah, slowly.
the fame, the celebrity,
The
has all
money.
got to his head. The money's got to his head. He's like, thinks he's some kind of A-list superstar, and I think his priorities are somewhere else now. I think he's coming to the latter stages of his football, and he wants to be some kind of celebrity. I don't think this guy's head's in the game anymore.
I think so too. I don't think. I mean, is it just to sell shirts, or does he still have a lot in his locker? I mean, he had a good World Cup. I mean, he didn't have a bad World Cup. He nearly took them to they lost in penalties when they played Croatia. He's that solo goal. Do you remember that solo goal he had?
Yeah.
I mean, he's still got some stuff in his locker.
He's got skill, I'm sure that if you're a baller, you'd have some skill,
leaves.
and it doesn't leave you. Even I still play and pull out some crackers every now and then. And
look at
people
you!
can do that.
I pull out some crackers. Oh, look at him.
Score some fantastic goals, and I've got that Skulls range of passing, which I still think.
That scares me.
I have got good range of passing, but
there you go.
Look, he's 31 years old. He's a party boy. He's a multi-millionaire. He's 31. Yeah, but
that wasn't Manchester 31, though, isn't he?
Yeah, because the thing is, when you're boozing quite a lot, you're putting a lot of toxins into your body. Your body's not being nourished. Boozing. Your body needs nourishment, for it to repair and heal and stay prime. If you're pumping it full of alcohol and bad food and sleeping late, you're not looking after your body. Your body's going to get injured.
Who does it remind you of? It reminds me of Ronaldinho.
In what sense?
Ronaldinho, as in very skillful, then phased out of the game quickly because of lack of discipline. Even at Barca, that's why Pep got rid of him, because he didn't want his bad influence falling on Messi. So he shifted him out.
Is that why Pep got rid of him?
Yeah, got rid of Ronaldinho.
And Pep also got rid of Neymar, didn't he?
Huh?
Pep also got rid of Neymar, didn't he? Who sold Neymar?
It was Enrique.
Enrique.
Yeah, he sold Neymar to PSG. Because Neymar said he didn't want to be in the shadow of Messi anymore. He wants to be his own. So
his own what?
He wants to be the man. Since Messi is the man at Barca, I want to be the man at PSG. But unfortunately,
he was never the man, though, was he?
He's never the man. He's not consistent.
No, he's not consistent. He had a good partnership with Mbappe. There's some fine goals, but Mbappe was the man.
Yeah, Mbappe is and always will be the French the poster boy for PSG till he leaves to go to Real Madrid if he's still interested. Because I think he's served his time at PSG. So you won't take him to Man United.
He's 31 years old, man. Party boy. He's clearly, I think the time of us buying old players just to fill gaps is over.
Right.
If we're going to have serious owners and these Glazers can F off.
I like the cough before the curse.
Yeah. If they do, and we have have some serious owners like Qataris, and it cannot be Ratcliffe. It's got to be Qataris. They're not going to ramp around with these foolish players. Yes, Neymar was a skillful prodigy once. He's not that anymore, and he's not going to solve our problems. He's just going to add to them. You're just going to get another diva into the club.
That's true. That's true. So we move on from Neymar. Oh well. I don't know if Ten Hag could put him right. We don't know. We'll just have to.
You know what's going to happen with Ten Hag is going to say, "Oh, you don't play. Off you go." It's going to be another Ronaldo situation.
Go send him back. Send him to Saudi.
Send him back. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So as it seems, Neymar, Mason Mount, it's all coming at that. Ten Hag is ready to offload Martial, your mate.
My mate. That's Bem's mate. Bem's gonna have to take down all his posters, man. Sell him, put him in.
Where do you stand on that? You want him out this? You want him? You want to give him? Would you give him one more season, or you want him done?
I would not. I would not.
Damn. I did a poll, and no one was giving him. Everyone, all right, we're done. Wow.
Done. I was done with him a few seasons ago. He did. You buy a number 9, right? You expect him to bang in 20 goals a year. Yeah, he bangs in 4. And then he goes on a long injury. Yeah, but again, is he not looking after himself? Is he just unlucky? If you're going to be playing for a top club as their number 9, you've got to be a reliable player. And I don't think he's ever put in this. He might have had one good season.
Your season is
as far as I remember. Yeah.
Behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors.
Yeah. No fans in the stadium.
No fans, yeah. Did we see those 22 goals? I can't remember.
We saw them, but can't remember because there's no fans. It's like
no fans, yeah. Look, our number 9 is a key guy, and it's never been a Martial, unfortunately. He's skillful, he's great at holding up the ball. He's got some trickery, but it's not enough.
Right.
You need to be a potent striker. You need to be a physical force. You need to be making those runs. You need to be terrorizing defenders. You need to be running your socks off, and he is none of the above.
Well, oh dear. So you would tell him goodbye and good night this season.
Goodbye, good night, and maybe PSG will win. Yeah, I don't know, or Marseille.
Oh, would you swap him for Neymar? Neymar, the other going the other way?
No, I don't want it. I don't want any of these rejects.
It's a bit harsh, isn't it, mate? You want to one tonight, ain't it?
Harsh but fair.
Okay. All right. Now that these guys, because there was something that Kay mentioned last week on the show. He said he thinks Sir Jim's going to get it. He said the reason he's seen it is that they would announce it after the season ends because there'll be no more home games to do any protest. What's your take? What's your vision of this? He says,
I don't know. I mean, I don't see why Sir Jim would get it unless he's brokering some deal with the Glazers where they still keep getting some cash and hold on to some dividends and whatever it may be. He might be wangling a deal with them. And Glazers, you dangle a carrot, dangle some dollars, and they might take it. Qataris, they don't want to mess around. They'll buy out 69% of their shares. They'll buy out 31% of the publicly owned shares, take the club back into full control of 100% private ownership. They don't mess around.
I hope we get it.
The Glazers have intimated before that they've got issues with how the Middle East operates, and certain things they do about, human rights and everything else.
Who said that? The Glazers?
The Glazers have said that.
F off.
Yeah, I mean, they're
like they've done anything, man. Please, they've done worse to the club. They've drained the club.
Exactly. Who are they? They just
had to call him the Port Black.
Yeah. Who are they to say anything?
I know, right?
They're hypocrites.
It's my point.
I don't know why Sir Jim Ratcliffe is in the running as or the favourite to get this club, because I think it's just going to be more trouble. He's not going to be a popular one because he's not going to be able to spend the cash. He's going to have to leverage more debt. He's going to have to borrow a lot of money. He's not going to be able to spend a lot of money on the stadium because he's going to be using a lot of money just to buy the club at an elevated price. So, we're just going to get an extension of the Glazer ownership, albeit, maybe this guy will care more about the club, but he ain't going to have the cash to compete.
That's what I'm thinking. That's my thought. So as it stands now, if they said if Friday's gonna be the date they're gonna announce who's gonna be the new owner, pending on United's game tomorrow, which brings me to that game. Man United, Chelsea tomorrow. United will need a point. Can United do it? Can they get results tomorrow, mate?
Yeah. Chelsea are misfiring quite badly.
I watched the game against Man City. Man City fielded literally 9 players who had not started for the last couple of games. Chelsea were woeful, mate. They could not score. One on Raheem Sterling was the main striker.
Yeah.
One-on-ones, this guy can't finish. They were
Really?
woeful, mate.
Dear me.
I didn't know how bad they were today. So I literally said, let me watch the Chelsea's Man City game today. And
terrible.
They brought on Haaland 5-10 minutes to go, just for them to. They had players out that, okay, no, he's not regular. They didn't start the regulars. And Chelsea just couldn't even score.
There's some real problems at Chelsea.
It is a lot, but this guy's going to change it around now, ain't it, Poch?
I guess so. I mean, he's a good manager. I'm glad we didn't get him in the end and we went for Ten Hag.
Yeah, I'm glad too.
I don't know. I mean, you got a Chelsea Spurs kind of rivalry, so he's going to be a hated man.
I'm surprised he took the Chelsea job, mate.
What's his salary going to be?
So long, I'm surprised.
Yeah, but if someone offers you 8-10 million, you're going to say no.
But hang on, Jose went to Spurs from Chelsea, didn't he? But he went somewhere else, then came back. It wasn't just like right straight into it. So Poch has gone to, when he left Spurs, didn't he go PSG? Yeah, he went to PSG.
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah, he went PSG, then he got fired.
Yeah.
And now he's coming back to Chelsea. I think he could do a better job, though.
It's saying that Chelsea, by appointing Pochettino, will keep Mason Mount. Saying he wants to keep him.
Oh, jeez. Oh, well.
Yeah, they want to keep him.
We'll see how that one pans out, mate. If he says,
he's not for us.
You don't like him anyway. You didn't care.
He's an okay player. I just don't think he's elite enough for us. We've got to just pick up this elite.
You're tired of just looking for players who just have the ones the ones they say, oh, he's got a good engine on him.
Ooh, Fred.
those players back home, they say, oh, he got a good engine on him. But then other than that, he got nothing else to the game, mate.
Yeah.
Just run all day like a headless chicken.
It's like having a good engine, but not a good driver.
Exactly,
so what's the point?
Exactly. So United, Chelsea, what's your predicted score tomorrow? United need 1 point.
I mean, we're not scoring a lot of goals, and they're not scoring any goals.
Worry.
So it could be just a boring 1-0, maybe.
You think Chelsea come and try and frustrate us?
I think everyone gives Man United a go because we're kind of a little bit inconsistent. Even the teams at the bottom of the league will give us a go, because they know that we're vulnerable. We've got chinks in our armor. When we play well, when we've got all of our players putting in a shift, I think we're tough to beat when we get those clean sheets. But we don't score much because we don't really have goal scorers throughout the team. Weghorst, I mean, maybe he should be a defender or something. I don't know. Change positions.
I'm sorry, but he's really not good enough, mate. He really is not good.
He does put in the shift. He works hard and he breaks up play, and I think that's what Ten Hag sees in him. That he presses more than any other forward that we've got. So, you have to compensate. If you're not good at scoring goals, or if you're not a good passer, i.e. Fred, then you compensate in other areas by breaking up play, by being a good tackler. And Fred is a great tackler. Great, he's got good energy, a good engine, as you say, and he does break up play, but his passing is absolutely atrocious sometimes. And Weghorst, same thing. He can't score, but he puts in the work, puts in the shift, uses his big size to outmuscle players and win the ball back.
He's never in the 6-yard box, is he? Most of the time.
He's in the wrong place, and even if he is in the 6-yard box, he's just doesn't have that finesse. Does he?
Not good on the ground, not good in the air. Where the hell is he good at then?
He's good at throwing his weight around. You know, he's
He reminds
that
me.
big.
Do you remember? Do you remember Duncan Ferguson, who played for Everton back in the day?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Dunk.
Old Dunk, yeah. I didn't see him play much, but was he a good striker?
Oh, he gave me up. He scored. I remember he scored the win against us in 1995. I was at that game, Goodison Park. I went uni from that game. I was straight from uni because I had to go to do a project at school. I thought,
Mm.
I'm going to that game. And this guy took his shirt off, doing all this.
Yeah,
Alex Ferguson was pissed. And that was the
really.
season we lost the title to Blackburn,
Oh no.
95. Yeah. It was those goals, those games that were
Fine
marginal.
margins.
No, Duncan Ferguson, he was like 6'4".
Ah,
Strong. He goes up with elbows all out. He was that
really?
striker.
It's
Yeah.
dirty.
Yeah, dirty. And
Was
those
he a
were the
good
days.
striker though? Was he scoring a lot?
For Everton, he gave Everton a good 20 a season.
That's
It's
all right.
like,
That's
it's
respectable.
like Omied, son, Omied.
That's
was it.
respectable.
Yeah, a big Scottish striker. It was, the good old traditional tall centre forwards.
Yeah,
Them ones, yeah.
yeah.
Them ones. It's
Shame,
alright.
shame Weghorst didn't develop into that type of player. But even before we brought him to United, he was doing well in Turkey.
I think he was.
Yeah, apparently he'd scored quite a good ratio of goals, and then he scored a couple of crackers against Argentina. So he looked like he was in good form.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Is it the system that we don't put the ball in the air, on the ground? I don't know where he wants the ball. But I would have thought they would have worked on all this by now. But it's three more games.
Pressure. It's the
Three more
pressure.
games.
You go into, it's like being an actor, and
Yeah.
you've learnt your lines, you've done a play so many times, you've recited it so many times in these smaller theatres. You get quite used to it, get quite comfortable, in those situations. Then you go to the big theatre, you go to Piccadilly or wherever it was, and then you've suddenly got a bigger crowd, and everyone's looking at you, and you suddenly feel, my gosh, I feel this small now. And it's like that stage fright, the stage fright gets to you, and
it is
the theatre of dreams gives
because
you stage fright.
horrors.
Yeah.
Mourinho did say one thing. He did say sometimes that some players, when they arrive at United, they can't wear that badge. It's too heavy. It weighs on them. He was talking about players like Sancho. I mean, so it's not everyone who could succeed at Old Trafford, and I get it. It's true. Not everyone can.
No.
It's not an easy feat to attain to because of the standards and so many heroes, and everyone's looking at you. Everyone's just zoomed in and like, this guy's rubbish actually.
That's what I think is going on with Sancho. So Sancho's brought in for big money, second highest player in the club. When he came in, he was quite dazzling and he was full of confidence, and then he didn't maintain that consistency and that form. And then he said, people say he suffered with some depression, and I think the depression could be a result of him struggling to not be able to perform in that big theatre of dreams.
It could be, mate.
And I think that's where the depression has come from.
It's not easy.
He's almost kind of like disappointed in himself that he's not been able to thrive and be a star that he wanted to be, or what everyone expected him to be. And then the depression started to creep in, and it's affecting his performance. And it's kind of like a catch-22 vicious cycle where the depression is causing more bad form, and bad form is causing more depression, and he's gone into a vicious circle. And maybe that's what's been happening with Sancho. And I think we have to cut our losses with him and sell him on, try and recoup some of that money and let him go to.
You're prepared to give him one more season?
Look, it's not my call, but I think if we can sell him this summer, I would sell him.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn, you really are without swords. You're slicing and dicing today, mate.
Look, you've got City who are miles ahead of us. What would Pep do? Would Pep hang on to a player who's not performing? We've had him for multiple seasons now. He's still young. We can still cash in on him and get some good money. If he can't fit this bill, if he can't perform at the Piccadilly or the Theatre of Dreams, let him go and perform in a smaller theatre where he's going to start thriving again. He's suffering. We're suffering. Let's call it a day.
Well, you heard it from the analyst. He just said suffering. He's suffering. Thank you. Goodbye and good night. Bloody hell, mate. You're on fire today, mate. Harsh but fair. Harsh but fair, right?
I'm applying for the sporting director role.
I can see that. I can see that. I mean, with tomorrow's game,
yeah.
What are you expecting from United tomorrow? What are you honestly expecting tomorrow?
Is Rashford back?
I don't even know.
Let's
say he's not back. You expect to beat them. You do expect to beat them, right?
I expect to beat them because they're misfiring. You know, they're a troubled team. Their team have lost their way. They don't seem to have any kind of rhythm in their game. You know, I saw them. You saw them against City. I saw them against playing another team, lower opposition, and they're absolutely atrocious with the ball. They just kept giving the ball away. They're worse than us in our worst games.
Wow.
And until they find some rhythm, I can't see them doing much at all. I cannot see them troubling our goal, and I think we need our key players to play in that midfield to stop them. But you know, up front we haven't got the goal scorers, so I think our midfield, you know, Anthony is a good traveller with the ball, and his finishing is, as we all know, one-dimensional. So, you know, I think Garnacho is a better finisher.
Right. We discussed this on the Sunday channel, and I'm going to ask you this on the Sunday fan chat. Who has had a better season, Sancho or Anthony? Sancho's been there 2.5 seasons. Anthony 7.5 months.
So we're talking about just this season.
This season.
Just the season. So we're just saying we're comparing Anthony 7.5 months to Sancho.
Well, this season,
same period of time.
This season, yes.
Clearly, Anthony. Clearly. What do you think?
I think Anthony has been more productive to United than Sancho has this season. I think
He's had more impact.
I think Anthony does work hard. He does work hard. He does track back. He's a fighter.
Yeah. He's a fighter.
He does get involved in. I've not really seen Sancho get involved physically. Anthony doesn't give a damn. He looks like he has that little aggressive bulldog kind of attitude.
Yeah, he gets fired up.
He doesn't like pushed up. Yeah, he doesn't like being pushed around.
Yeah, and I like that.
And he can stand his own.
He can stand his own. And he you know, you can see when a player tackles him badly and wins a ball from him unfairly, he goes back after that player. Sancho is like, well, you hurt me. I'm gonna just go do something else. Sancho disappears in games.
Exactly my point. He just tends to disappear, and you're like, is this still on the field? Oh, he's coming off. I didn't know he was still there. You know what I mean?
Like,
I don't
know. That game when Sancho was taken off, Garnacho came on.
Oh, you saw the difference. This was
and it just lit up.
This was against Bournemouth on Saturday.
Yeah.
You saw the
just
difference.
Lit it up.
He spent up 5 minutes. He had done what this guy couldn't do 60.
No. Sancho was on for 80 minutes, no?
Garnacho did.
Was it that game or the other game? That when Garnacho just came back from injury and he took his shirt off and is showing all of his tattoos.
No, that was the game before. That was that was the game before this one. I think that was Wolves.
Yeah,
that was Wolves game.
When he scored that
goal.
at
the last minute.
Yeah, that's Garnacho down to a T. Like, he comes on with energy, with directness, with threat and influence. And you know that left-hand side just comes alive when he's there. When Sancho's there, it's just kind of
it's like
mundane.
It's like they don't communicate. I don't know. That left side, when Sancho's there, I don't feel confident. But I could see Anthony and Wan-Bissaka, Anthony and Delo, they work well on the right side.
Yeah. Now you put yourself in midfield, right? Imagine you're Eriksen or Casemiro or Bruno. You're creating that play in the center, and you're looking for the biggest threats, right? So you've got Anthony down there on the right side. You've got Garnacho there, or you've got Sancho there. Who are you going to give the ball to? All three are available to do something on that final goal, to create a goal or score a goal. You've got three players to choose from. Who are you going to pass to?
Garnacho or Anthony. I won't find Sancho.
Yeah, in that order, right?
He has to be completely free.
Yeah. But even then, do you trust him enough to go and, run at that goal full tilt?
No.
Take on players, or do you expect him to do a little bit of trickery and go back and pass somewhere else.
It will be I don't know. It's like his confidence has dropped.
Yeah.
I'll give him
And
one more season. One more season. That's it. And even that is even like, does he really need one more season? Because he
look,
literally has not been he has been a flop. Let's call it as it is.
I think he's failed his audition, and he's failed it some time ago.
But should we consider Ole didn't when United have bought him, Ole did not play him. Then Ragnick started to play him a little bit. Then Eric Ten Hag, and it's kind of all over the place.
Look,
Then
people
you had
will
to
argue.
remember the thing that happened in the Euros for England.
I mean, that was a mistake from Gareth Southgate. You just don't bring on a cold player to take a penalty.
That's just
Look,
so stupid.
Sanchez played under 3 managers. Okay, he's been played in different systems. He's been played in different positions. Some people may argue that he has not had a full season with Ten Hag, and Ten Hag's system isn't fully implemented. But Sancho has played under various managers, played at his club for several years, and he's never really hit the top heights that we expect him to. If he's not hitting those top heights, and we're not even seeing consistency in his play for hitting those top heights, he might have one good game. He might score a fantastic goal, and then he's gone.
Exactly.
If we can't get that kind of productivity out of him, I don't see when it's ever going to happen. We can have a full Ten Hag system, and the Ten Hag system will not include Sancho because he just does not fit the bill. He doesn't have that aggression. He does not have that intensity. He does have skill, and we know that he's had it in the past in Dortmund. I spoke to lots of other footballers from different clubs. I said, "What do you think about Sancho?" And said, "He's finished." They all say he's finished. I mean, that's harsh. To say he's finished. He's still a young guy.
I know. Right?
So I think we're killing his career here. Some people drown in this big pond of ours.
Yeah.
We've got to let them go and swim somewhere else. Let them flourish. Get them up for air. Go into a smaller pond, and go and play and flourish again like he once used to.
Be the big fish in that small pond.
He's drowning at Man United. He's drowning it. Everyone can see it.
Wow. Right. United do have a chance to finish third. Can you see third? If United do, I say if they beat Fulham and beat Chelsea, they're third.
Yeah.
Is it doable? Fulham will give us the hard game. I know that.
Fulham are a good team. I've never seen Fulham as good as they have been this season. For a long time, we've seen Fulham in the past. And they've just been a very average team, but this season there's something different. They're pretty good. Yeah. Mitrovic is really scoring. I didn't rate Mitrovic as a striker. I don't know. I think he is, yeah. But I never saw Mitrovic as a solid striker until this season. But something has changed by going into the Championship. They kind of worked better as a team, and they're much more of a threat. They're safe, so they're not going to be as fired up as some of the other bottom feeders to get a win. Yeah, and we've got everything to play for, so it's doable. Newcastle, who are they playing last few games?
I don't know who Newcastle are playing. I could check. I mean, if United win their 2 games, they're third.
Yeah, even if Newcastle are on 37 games now, right? They've only got 1 game left. Okay.
Yeah, on Sunday.
It's like tomorrow's a key game then, really. Because I think Fulham we can get 3 points. Chelsea, you just don't know who's going to turn up. Yeah, are they going to come?
Those guys might think, you know what? We're not going anywhere. I'm just going to f you up and make your day miserable. So Sunday.
Yeah, fingers crossed, man. We have a good game.
So Sunday, Newcastle are playing. Where's Newcastle? Oh, they are away. Oh, they're away to Chelsea. They're away to Chelsea.
Who's away to Chelsea?
Newcastle. I know the irony of it, right?
Chelsea have got a nice run, for the last 2 games.
I know. Man City, Man United, everyone in the top 3. And I hope they lose all 9 points.
Who? Chelsea.
Yeah, they've been abysmal. So
Chelsea's worst season for a long time.
So you're predicting a 2-1, 3-0, 3-1, 1-0?
For us.
Tomorrow.
Chelsea 1-0.
Chelsea won.
Yeah. For us 1-0, I mean, against Chelsea.
1-0. 1-0 to the United. Right.
1-0 to United.
As it is, we did that debate again on Saturday. We all saw how Real Madrid were annihilated, decapitated, and decimated by Man City. Can United beat them at Wembley? We had 4 people say yes, they can. 2 people, including the controversial one, said we are going to get thrashed.
I don't think we'll get thrashed. I think this is a historical season.
That's another what historical I'm saying. There's more at stake.
Yeah. I don't think we'll get thrashed.
This is a time to stop them being the
treble. They are the lion in the jungle at the moment. City.
I think they're under more pressure to win the treble than anyone else. I mean, they're under more pressure. We are actually the underdog for that game.
Oh, we are. We're an underdog for a lot of games, because we're so inconsistent. But this team has got into amazing form, winning the last 12 games to overtake Arsenal, and what they did to Real Madrid. We can't beat Sevilla. We can't beat West Ham. We can't beat. Who was the other games that we dropped points to? Brighton,
Newcastle.
And City's playing Brighton today. No doubt, City are not playing in full tilt because they've got nothing to play for. What's the final score of Brighton City? Okay, it's 1-1. Brighton and City. Brighton beat us 2-0. So looking at the stats. And I know stats don't always paint a true picture. We don't look like we could win, but depending on how hyped up the teams are and how hyped up our players are and how much they're up for it, and going to, Wembley Stadium and seeing that beautiful stadium, maybe something will click in them. Maybe Ten Hag will, give that motivational speech, which Pep is always doing to his players. He gets them riled up.
Just one game. It's not 3 points. It's not 1 point. All you need to do is stop them winning the treble. That's all they ask of you. It's a Manchester derby. 2 things for Man United to take into consideration. It's a derby, and they are trying to equal the treble, because Man United is the only team with 1 treble. And if you let them beat you, and Inter Milan can't handle it, they recall us. Then we have nothing to brag about.
Inter Milan will give him a good game. Look, there's always a way to stop Pep. Okay, we saw what he did at Real Madrid. They came out full tilt. They were like, when you watch the dog races. When you watch the dog races.
Yeah.
Open the shutters, bang, they're gone. That's how City are. They are running at 100 miles per hour from the first minute, and they are pressing hard. They hunt you down like
Real Madrid. The first 20 minutes were horrible.
They struggle, and we struggle under pressure. Our team does not cope well with that type of pressure. You're not, when you've got the ball and you've got no time to think, and you've got 2, 3 City players on you trying to get the ball off you, it just ruins your rhythm. Completely ruins your rhythm. And we are terrible at that. And that's how City are going to play against us. So to counter that, something we're very weak at is quite a difficult. It's a difficult battle, tactical battle, because we don't have the strength that we need to counter City at the game they will bring to us. We know the game they're going to bring to us, and we don't have the ability in our team to counter it.
Wow.
And that's the difficulty with this game.
Kay said United will win. Kenneth said United will win. It's 1 game. It's a cup final. United would and should be up for it. Devin said it will go to penalties.
I don't think it'll go to penalties. I think if we can hold out for the first half without conceding a goal, right, and we're going to get battered. It's going to be a rope-a-dope. It's going to be, George Foreman, Muhammad Ali taking a pounding,
taking a lot
of pounding. Yeah, the way Muhammad Ali just went against the ropes and he let George Foreman pound him, tire himself out. City are extremely fit. They can go full tilt for 90 minutes.
Against Madrid.
It's so difficult to kind of think tactically how to beat City because they're just so good in so many different ways, in so many areas.
Yeah.
We can't tire them out because they do this for 90 minutes. We can't outpass them because they are masters in possession. They have quick transitions from from Edison up to Haaland. Bang, they got a goal in a second. It's so difficult to beat them, but they're beatable.
They are beatable.
So yeah, I want them to win, and we could pull it off, but I don't know how Ten Hag's going to do it.
I don't know, mate, but it could be a day whereby the ball won't go in the net for Chelsea, for City. Balls will just hit the post. The games happen like that. It can happen that Man City just won't be able to find the net. Ball will just keep hitting the post, and ball won't go in.
We go for long periods of games where we just defend. I mean, we can't keep
the pressure on.
Keep giving it back to the opposition, and they come again. And at some point, and I remember, some of these games we conceded in the final few minutes. And it's going to be the unrelentless pressure from City, and they're just better at it than anyone else. They find channels. They find ways to get behind our midfield. They find ways to get in between the spaces, in the half spaces, to get behind our fullbacks, to get behind our defense. It's like they're all over the place. You just don't know how they're going to attack. There's no like obvious set plays with them as well. You can't see it. It's just everywhere. It's confusing.
Some of the lads said McTominay should start and not Eriksen.
Eriksen, I don't think is suitable for this game. Yeah.
Yes, the lad said the Scottish lad has to start.
Yeah, because he's a bit of a brute, isn't he? And I guess you need a brute in that centre to kind of spoil their games.
Who would you play up front? Who would the three you play up front?
Weghorst.
Come again?
Weghorst and Rashford. Weghorst, to harass them. I don't know. Maybe Weghorst has to play deeper. You've got to. The people who control the game. Can you hear her?
Yeah.
Come here. There's Sienna there. So look, Weghorst cannot score goals, but he can break up play.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Can we bring him somehow into the middle to stop the midfield from doing their thing? He could definitely outmuscle. What's his name? Silva. He could definitely outmuscle Grealish, Gundogan. He's a big guy, and sometimes just a little occasional knee in the thigh, a sly one, stops their game. Maybe it's got to go a bit physical, like back in the old days.
It might have to be. It might just have to be, because, like I keep saying, it's a Manchester derby.
Yeah.
And these guys have to realize these guys are about to try and win a treble, mate.
Yeah.
You got to remember
exactly
to put that in
that.
your head, like, we got to stop them winning the treble.
For me, it's just okay. Look, they're on a mission. Okay, yes, they're going to go for the treble. For me, I just want us to win the FA Cup.
Yeah. But the world sees it as, can this team win the treble?
I think they very much can. Yeah, but we've just got to do our bit, stay focused, and win this FA Cup, or find a way to win it. Even if the game has to get down and dirty. Even if they do a little bit of dark arts, like the Italians will.
Whatever it takes.
If we have to do it, do it.
So yeah.
Do a bit of dark arts. I think maybe that's sometimes the only way to stop these people, stop these teams.
Well, just have to wait.
The Italians have mastered it, haven't they?
Oh, I hope Inter Milan can do it.
I think Inter Milan, they've got a good experienced team, and has Inter Milan ever won the Champions League? I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
they won it in 2017 or 2011.
Really?
Yeah, Mourinho won the treble with them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they went. There was a guy called Milito.
Oh yeah.
They played Bayern Munich in the final, beat Bayern Munich 2-0. Went to Barca. They beat Barca this was Barca at Barca at its peak Barca. They went to Nou Camp, got a 0-0 draw with 10 men for 60 minutes.
2010.
2010. Was it 2010?
2010 UEFA Champions League final.
Yeah. They went to Nou Camp and played Barca 0-0 with 10 men for nearly 60 minutes. But beat them the first leg in Italy 2-0.
Okay.
That was Marino Master. That was
Marino Masterclass.
Yes.
And Marino's in the European League final again, isn't he?
Yes, with Sevilla.
With Roma. Yeah, with AS Roma.
That's going to be a good game. Can
Sevilla
Sevilla beat Roma?
I think Marino's going to win that one.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Because he would know that this is a Sevilla trophy.
Yeah. It is Sevilla's trophy, but I think Marino has what it takes to win.
Yeah.
He just finds a way.
He does.
Yeah.
West Ham in the final as well.
Against?
I think the German club. I think they're in the European Conference final.
Yeah, that third tier trophy, isn't it?
Yes. If they win it, they go to Europa League. If Marino wins it, he goes to Champions League.
Well, look, good luck to West Ham. Hope they win. Good luck to AS Roma. Hope they win. Good luck to Inter Milan. Hope they win. And good luck to us.
How could I say that? Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. But it's been a pleasure, brother. It's been an absolute pleasure on our Midweek fan channel today. Really, really appreciate you coming on today. I mean, it was short notice, but you delivered as usual.